Welcome to Real Talk with Kingsley Ogwudire, and please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and happy Friday to everyone out there. Today, man, we got one special topic today, which is Jaylen Brown. I was really curious to see what is the situation with Jaylen Brown. Why did they not pick him up? I know there's been a lot of speculation with Stephen A. There was a lot of beef going back and forth with Stephen A. Stephen A. Said that Jaylen Brown wasn't very marketable. In fact, let's take a look what he said.
Was underrated on First Take, and I got a text message in the middle of that segment where it said he's not underrated. He's just not liked because of his quote "I am better than you" attitude, end quote. He knows it, same reason he's not marketable. And that's what had everybody in an uproar, pissed off at me reading that text. I cover the league. I saw some radio host or whatever going off talking about I'm not a reporter and they compared me to a Rachel Maddow being covered on his sneaker, the Nike swoosh. You see that? Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson and C.J. McCollum, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Ladies and gentlemen, those are teammates. Do you know that all of those dudes have shoe deals? And some have signature shoes? Do you know that Jaylen Brown has neither? His contract ended with Adidas a while ago. He doesn't have another sneaker deal. You see that swoosh being covered on his sneaker? The Nike swoosh, you see that? Because he doesn't want to be seen with that. See, I'm giving you facts. Now, does he deserve a sneaker deal? Yes, he does. It doesn't strike y'all as a tad bit odd that the guy that signed for over $300 million, that's on the Boston Celtics, that is considered one of the best players in the NBA, doesn't have a sneaker deal when everybody and their mother seems to have a sneaker deal? That don't strike y'all as a tad bit odd? Isaiah, where's the marketability? Where's that? Where's the commercials? Where's the endorsement deals? The brother can play. He's been to 6 conference finals. He's now going to his second NBA finals appearance. He wears a Boston Celtics uniform. Where's the marketability? You would think he'd be more marketable. Jason Tatum certainly has commercials. Jason Tatum certainly has a sneaker deal. Jason Tatum certainly has all of these other things going for him. Where's it for Jaylen Brown? I'm not saying it's right. He deserves all of that.
Okay, so after Stephen A., makes his comments, it's a little bit opportune that, he happened to get that text message, in the middle of the show. And the way that text message sounds, it sounds like it's another player hating on Jaylen Brown.
He's not underrated. He's just not liked because of his quote, "I am better than you" attitude, end quote. He knows it, same reason he's not marketable. And that's what had everybody in an uproar, pissed off at me reading that text. I cover the league. I saw some radio host or whatever going off talking about I'm not a reporter and they compared me to a Rachel
Who
Maddow.
could it be? I wonder. Well, I saw someone that had a very good guess, and their guess was the same guess that I was thinking. Draymond Green. He likes to interject himself in a lot of stuff that doesn't involve him and run off at the mouth. And Jaylen Brown doesn't back down. He got into it with Draymond Green a couple years ago, if you remember. They had a little bit of a clash. So who do you think it is? I actually think that's a good guess. I think Draymond Green is the culprit of that. At the very least, Stephen A. should be able to tell us if this is a player, an executive, because you can't talk about this guy's marketability and not have something to back it up. Yes, Jaylen Brown is a smart dude. We know he's dealing with rocket scientists and all kind of smart Ivy League guy. Everybody knows how smart he is. But one thing that I think that hurts him, he stands up for social justice. Shows social justice. You know how they like athletes to shut up and dribble. shut up and dribble. We don't want you to give an opinion, especially if it's something that has to do with ethics.
At this point, I'm at that phase in my life where I just embrace all forms of negativity or whatever the case is. Some stuff I don't understand. It ain't meant for me to understand it, but I just know who I am and what I stand for. Sometimes makes people feel uncomfortable, and sometimes I miss out on things. I miss out on opportunities, awards, marketing deals, or whatever the case may be. And at this point, I just embrace it. I am who I am, and I'm gonna stand on my beliefs, and I'm one of those people who would die for what they believe in. So I just embrace it at this point, and I'm grateful that I'm able to be in this position, and the energy is about to shift.
Jaylen Brown believes it's his beliefs that are standing in the way of him being more marketable, more of a frontline star. Do you agree with that, Chris, or is it something else?
I mean, I think the social justice thing can be a turnoff for certain fans. Let's just be real about it. It is. There's some fans that don't want to hear that stuff. They don't, from any athlete. Even LeBron got docked by people for it because they don't want to hear that. They just want you to sort of entertain. And there's a long history in this country that I don't have to go into about it, that if you're a young, popular, wealthy black man who's an athlete or an entertainer, just do that. Just entertain us, and we don't really care about your humanity. So I do think that's part of it. But I also think there's some jealousy from maybe some other players in the league and people that have an issue with the way he conducts business, and he's direct with the NBA Players Association, with the NBPA.
But why would that prevent Frito-Lay's from having him, promote their potato chips?
Well, I mean, look, I don't think that's the thing with Frito-Lay's, right? So in terms of the marketability, the biggest impediment, honestly, is that he has another guy on the team in Jason Tatum, who's a better player and has soaked up a bunch of the marketing. So I think there's two sort of different things here. One is the marketing angle, and I do think the social justice thing hurts him there. But in terms of that commentary, where that commentary is coming from that Stephen A. read, yeah, I think that's from another player. I'll be honest, I think that's from Draymond Green, who Stephen A. is close with, who beefed with Jaylen Brown during the 2022 NBA Finals. I don't like guessing people's sources, but I don't like the way Stephen A. rolled this out. I think you can roll it out as an unnamed source. I respect unnamed sources, but you have to make that more identifiable. Who is it? An executive, a coach, a former player, a current player? You can still keep that anonymous and put a little finer point on it. And I'm better than you attitude is the giveaway. That's not coming from a personnel evaluator. It's not saying he has an I'm better than you attitude. I don't really think a lot of coaches would say that either. That's a player.
Yeah, it might be, but here
a moot point after Team USA decided to replace Kawhi with Celtics guard Derrick White. Meanwhile, Finals MVP Jaylen Brown took to social media reacting to the decision, posting the face with an emoji 3 times, followed by another which read Nike. This is what we're doing. So Grant Hill was asked about constructing the Olympic roster. Grant.
You got 12 spots, and you have to build a team. And one of the hardest things is leaving people off the roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success. And so, whatever theories that might be out there, they're just that.
Range last season, but no. If you're going to replace Kawhi Leonard, why don't you replace Kawhi Leonard with someone who I heard Coach say this on Get Up this morning? Is Kawhi Leonard with someone who I heard Coach say this on Get Up this morning? Is Kawhi Leonard 2.0, who is someone who is out there on the wing, who can defend and can play in a team setting? When I hear Grant Hill talk about trying to find the best 12 players to put on Team USA, obviously it's going to be a hard decision. But if you're going off of shot making and playmaking, and 80 to 90% of the roster can already do that, why would you not put the reigning Eastern Conference Finals MVP on there, the reigning Finals MVP on there, someone who made $300 million, which was at one time the largest contract for an NBA player? Like, very clearly, he's one of the 12 best players in the United States who would be eligible for this team. I feel like there's a lot of politics at play here. I covered AAU for a long time. I've covered the Team USA makeup and the way that this roster is often formed. Shoe allegiances, the politics behind that are a big big part of this. And I know that when Grant Hill was talking about the fact that he wore Fila at one point, trying to make maybe a little tongue-in-cheek remark there, I think that speaks far louder to why Jaylen Brown was left off of this team than the actual X's and O reasons about him not being a better fit to replace Kawhi Leonard.
He attacked Nike when Kyrie, or defending his former teammate Kyrie, when Nike said something, when president of Nike, Phil Knight, said something about Kyrie, and Jaylen, being a smart guy, said, hey, when does Nike care about ethics? Seemed like a low blow, right? But it's right. When does Nike care about ethics, right? That's what he was trying to imply. If you are willing to do things on this end, how can you not be talking about this man on this end? So when do they care about ethics? So that's something that we need to think about. It seems like it's a travesty. And even Grant Hill got up there talking two-face. Oh, this and that. I'm trying to put the best 12 players. Come on. If you're trying to put the best 12 players, justify a man that's getting paid $300 million, how is he not one of the best, one of the top 12? And you're replacing Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. This is Kawhi Leonard 2.0. Come on. Come on. Finals MVP, Eastern Conference MVP. And he can't make the team? Nike, seems like y'all playing AAU ball. But what do I know? I'm just a lonely podcast host. Maybe they'll make me the next coach of a major franchise. Hit the like button, subscribe. This is Real Talk with Kingsley Ogwudire. Abba. Let's go! For your football.